I'm going to do my best hypno impression and throw the topic out to you guys. And I guess we'll start with Leon. But Jason Schreier deleted his post about Veilguard being successful after the real numbers. Well,
Really?
They didn't come out yet, but they're rumored. And I had an insider, and Demian had an insider. And we all know Jason Schreier has insiders. So you put 2 and 2 and 2 together, you get 6.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that the numbers aren't good. He deleted his tweet. So let's have at this incredibly cucky human being of Jason Schreier. What do you got to say about him, Leon?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think that anyone takes him seriously. He is just a male version of Alyssa Mercante. So sure, I'm glad. I guess he had the mental wherewithal to delete the tweet and realize that he is a moron. But beyond that, he could have left it up. It would have made literally zero difference.
I think he should have left it up. I think he should have, because that's the thing. Like, taking it down is actually proving me and Endemian and everyone else that had concerns right. It's like, oh, you're now eating your words. You should have just not done anything, and it would have been it wouldn't have even been an issue. Like,
I am glad you said eating your words, not eating crow. Honda would have gotten offended.
Eating cats.
Will, do you have any thoughts?
Right.
Or anyone else?
Jason Schreier is an impotent pussy, and his credibility in the game industry is in negative numbers and has been for several years. Literally everything he says is completely fucking irrelevant and drives me up the wall. So there's really nothing to say about it. But like, if you think Jason Schreier is somebody that you should be listening to about anything in the games industry, you should probably sell your consoles because you're unqualified to be a gamer.
Well, Jason Schreier is an interesting case because, like, compare him to someone like Paul Tassi. Paul Tassi actually does occasionally get shit correct. He does, and he has done good stuff in the past. So, like, if you are going to follow any sort of like leftist, insane gaming account, at least let me Paul Tassi, because as retarded as he is, he occasionally stumbles upon gold. Schreier has never, I can't think of a single thing Schreier's ever gotten correct.
I mean, how to grift, that's basically all he's ever got correct, is just how to make absurd amounts of money by doing nothing of any actual consequence. Anyone is free to talk, by the way. Just come along and jump in and interrupt. That's what the show's famous for.
Yeah.
Talking over.
Well, I do want to say one thing about that whole situation, right? It kind of reminds me, and yes, y'all get me, but just hear me out, okay? It'll make a lot of sense, okay?
Oh, no.
Ryan, shut up, okay?
Oh, no.
So this whole situation of a person or an institution reporting that the numbers are really good when they really aren't, fuck you, Hypno. Anyway, okay, it reminds me of Amazon when they falsely reported their Rings of Power numbers, okay?
I knew
Making it sound like they were big. Hold on, hear me out. Let me cook, goddammit. Let me cook.
Let him cook.
Shut up.
Yeah. Wait. All right. So it's the same situation here, okay? They got people paid off. They're trying to keep it all hidden, like the actual sales numbers and the fact that they're receiving massive refund requests, because let's be honest, I didn't have to play the game to notice, just based off of what I've seen from people reviewing and talking about it, that this game at best is a 6.5 to some crazy activist, and when in actuality is a 5.5 game with a very boring ass repetitive gameplay loop, boring quests, boring storyline, very shitty writing. It's no surprise that people don't want to play your game and are asking for refunds, especially if they're streamers and they just want to get footage for their content so they can do a quick review and then move on. All right. Again, this game, in my opinion, is a massive. It's going to be a very massive failure for BioWare.
So this game is an absolute catastrophe in so many ways that it's almost impossible to comprehend getting as much wrong at the same time as they possibly have. It's riddled with DEI to a level that nobody's ever fucking seen before. It literally includes the words non-binary and trans and they, them and pronouns and all that shit. It wastes your time. The dialogue is cringe to levels way beyond anything that anyone else has even attempted to pull off before. The player count has not exceeded and will never exceed 100,000 on Steam. Nobody's playing it. Nobody's interested. The most notable thing about the game is what a fucking failure it is. And yet, and we all predicted this, by the way, too. Ryan brought this to my fucking desk like 4 months ago. So we've been slowly counting down to wait for the fucking impact. And as always, it was more of a wet splash than a fiery inferno. It's a complete disaster. Everyone can see this. You bring a 5-year-old child and bring them the evidence, and they will go, wow, that is fucking shit.
It's a failure. It's a failure.
And yet, it's a Game of the Year contender.
Will, to
Along
be fair,
with
he didn't
Dustborn
bring it to your desk.
and
He
all the
stood it
other-
up on top of the desk because he's your bottom.
Fuck you.
Okay,
Fuck you,
okay.
words.
All right, you know what?
It's a
Fair
failure.
enough, yeah.
It's a
He
failure.
brought it in,
so
and I beat him to within an inch of his life, and then thanked him for the information. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
but yeah. So that's what we're looking at here. Actually, Ryan knows more about the Dragon Age lore than most of us. He's obviously the biggest fan on the
a
panel.
failure 10
But-
years in the making, ladies and gentlemen, and it has showcased all of the frauds out there praising this game deserve to have their reputations completely shot. I know I don't look 25, folks, but in my view, folks like Jason Schreier, like Paul Tassi, those who've got a foot with the entertainment establishment, with mainstream video games journalism, if you're part of that system, you're compromised. I've always held on to that point of view, and I see, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any value in the opposition. I'm
Schreier
sure they
is
have,
the he's the Game Awards guy, right? That is basically
No,
his
that's,
claim to fame.
No.
That's
Jeff
Keeley. What
That's
is
Keeley.
Schreier?
Jeff
Do you see
Keeley.
Schreier?
Yeah,
Keeley, yeah,
Jeff
no.
Keeley's
Keeley's
the
the
one
Game
that
Award guy.
is-
Schreier's the guy that used to work at Kotaku, then he went to Bloomberg.
Yeah.
He used to be respected, and now he's just turned into another.
But it's an example of the pipeline. I mean, all of the opposition is connected in one way, shape, or form. They make their bread and butter at sites like Kotaku. Then, when they prove themselves, they go to the next level. But Kotaku is an example.
Technically, if you really want to get into this is off
He would
topic.
have made a better casting choice for the Penguin than Colin Farrell. I will say that.
They started a site called The Gamer. And The Gamer is the proving grounds to get to Kotaku. And Kotaku is the proving grounds to spread the influence throughout the industry. They want to make sure everyone is cultivated and spreads the right message to make sure that everyone is approved and continues to do that. And now that we're calling it out, they could not be more angry at us because they know it's the truth. And it's like, no, Spurg, these stupid YouTubers.
Well, the whole house of cards is collapsing now. We are seeing this in real time with all the job cuts over at Kotaku. So much so that Mercante is colluding with some of her busy mates to get a new position at another failing company, which she will tank. I really do believe that. But video games journalism, right here, right now, I trust Smash JT more than any of those other fuckers in the stream.
And that's the funny thing. Is I never even claimed to be a journalist. I'm a dude that likes.
Well, we know that's true.
Oh shit, he's
He's got his microphone working now.
Is it working
Wow.
now? Am I?
sound
am I
good.
is
good?
here.
Do
I
I sound
hesitate to
good?
say after that comment, you sound good.
You sound like you normally do.
Sound crisp.
That is
Sound better to me.
beautiful. Shout
Oh,
out
thank
to
God.
everybody in the chat right now. I'm excited. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a wild episode of SNH. The control freak in me is having a real hard time letting Smash JT take the reins on this particular show. But I'm excited to see everybody having a good time and talking about the subjects. I will be around. I'm going to let Smash continue to do what he's doing, but I will be around and I will chime in as the show continues. But again, thank you, everybody. And I apologize to people on Rumble for Smash JT being a noob. He's not used to
I got the Rumble. The
multi-streaming.
Rumble's all set up. I got the Rumble to go. I was going
He'll
to
do
that
it next round.
Next
I
round.
He's not used to it, man. And
I've
he's
got
doing
it
a great
too,
job.
if
And
he
Will's doing it. Everybody's doing it. They're doing a great job, man. So shout out to all you guys. I appreciate you again in the chat. I am on vacation. Yes, I am not working. I know you guys are like yelling at me in the chat. But yeah, take over and I'll chime in every now and then. All right, boys. Bye.
And
All
I
right.
wanted to follow up with what Will was saying about
Scared the
Jason
shit out of me.
Schreier not being right ever. And it's like the interesting thing about Jason Schreier is
Is that he buys feet pics?
Excuse me?
Kata, you might want to get in touch with him.
Kata
Maybe
do
he's
that?
got some
I
high
didn't
quality
know that. I
feet
heard
pics,
that.
bro.
Wait,
You never knew. You never know.
Well, there it is. Now it's SNH.
I never saw someone jump to attention as fast as Kata just did right there. She's like,
He literally said feet pics. He's like, ooh,
Go on.
tell me
I
more,
was-
sir.
I was
Go on,
concerned for
where's
his
he gonna be?
well-being.
Uh-huh.
oh, right.
Like,
Concerned, right.
Do you have any examples of these feet pics?
So
He
but
has way too many.
I need
Don't
to-
ask him
I
for
need to
more.
vet these feet pics.
He's got way too many Big Shirley feet pics. Don't ask him
No, I
for more.
don't.
Big Shirley.
No,
no.
wonder my phone is
I
so
was gonna
heavy.
say,
All right.
Schreier's the kind of guy that I used to respect him because I feel like he did really good work and he really did grow his personal brand in the industry to the point of being respected by these companies for them to delineate this information to him first so that he got known for being the guy that breaks the information, breaks the news. But that's not a matter of being right and calling stuff. It's just you have inside sources because they trust you. They give you the information first.
Kind of
That's
like
what it-
Keemstar, you mean? Sort of like that, or
Yeah, in a way.
or more
And
like
they know that-
TMZ.
Yeah, in a way, he's like the gaming TMZ guy. He's like, yeah,
There we go.
studio just had massive layoffs, and then it gets broken, and everyone sees it. Then the studio comes out with the announcement, which is actually kind of weird because it's like you're giving bias preference to your buddy so that he can get clicks and attention first, and then you're giving this information to the masses from a press release. It's like, why not just give the press release? It's really weird that you're giving the information to him first because that's literally all he has. And people might hear this and say, "Oh, Smash sounds jealous." It's like no. Can this guy contribute something to the industry other than being buddies with people to get the information first?